Hey, welcome everybody. This is Coach Rob, and I'm super excited about what the future has in store. Today is April 5th, 2023. Officially retired from the Air Force June 30th, 2023, and I'm just ready to pursue my passion, which I've been doing for a while now. But now to be able to do it full time is going to be amazing. A huge shout out to my wife who's been supporting me throughout my Air Force career and who's on board with my coaching and with my journey that I have. And like I said, I'm just fired up for it. I'm ready for it. I can't wait. And I'm building a website. Just trying to, as I'm sending my resume out, I looked at building a web page, POPL, I think it's called, with your resumes and all that upload information. Because I really want to go as far as I can in regards to coaching. I love it. I have a huge passion for it. So I just want to briefly introduce myself, talk about my 20-year Air Force career, and then briefly talk about my coaching career, which spans about 10 years while I've been serving in active duty. So I joined the Air Force in May 6, 2023, shipped off to basic military training. I was 20, I turned 21 a couple of weeks after going to basic, actually turned 21 in basic training. And I shipped off to basic training, Air Force, just ready to see what life had in store for me. Didn't have the best upbringing, single mother, all that. Just wanted to go out there and push myself and challenge myself. And I thought they wanted the Air Force. I joined at 20, like I said. My job, went through basic military training. That was fine. Did an outstanding job there. Then went to technical training, which was aircraft armament systems, working on the electrical system, mechanical system of the aircraft in regards to weapons, ammunition, guns, anything that can explode off an aircraft. That was what my job was when I first joined the Air Force. Through technical training, I graduated top of my class. So I was very excited about that because I just wanted to know what would happen if I put everything into something like my schoolwork. And so I graduated top of my class. I think my class was probably like 18 weeks, 20 weeks, graduated top of my class, and then I shipped off on a Greyhound off to Dyess Air Force Base, which is in Abilene, Texas. Went there, played a little bit of football while I was there, but my job, I did my job there, won Airman of the Month, Airman of the Quarter, went on deployment to Kuwait, where I did convoy duty, search pits, searching third country nationals as they came on base, and then went on convoy duties off base, and really had to challenge myself and really see what all I was capable of doing. Really push myself and just want to see how far I can go. I returned from my deployment back to Dyess Air Force Base, and I looked for that next opportunity. Like I said, I won some Airman of the Quarter, some Airman of the Year, some other awards while my time at Dyess. Then I got an assignment to Kunsan Air Force Base, South Korea, which is a year assignment. It's a short tour, so you can't bring your family, anything like that. At that point, I didn't have any kids. Went there. Now I went from the B-1, which was B-1 bomber, which is Dyess Air Force Base, to the F-16, which is in South Korea. Worked on the F-16 there. I ended up making Staff Sergeant E5 while I was there. I think it was like my fourth and a half year in the Air Force. Then got a follow-on assignment to Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Worked on the F-15 Strike Eagle. And for that point, I started leading a crew. Up to that point, it was just basically do what you need to do to get yourself ready to go. So now I'm in charge of, I think it was 3 people at the time I had a crew, because once you become a staff sergeant, you're in charge of a crew. And you're leading the crew, leading those individuals. We went on a deployment to Afghanistan. We dropped a lot of bombs, fired off a lot of ammunition while my time there in Afghanistan. Came back, still leading the crew, and I was looking for the next, what's the next challenge for myself in regards to my Air Force career. So then I got an assignment down to Tyndall Air Force Base, which is in Panama City, Florida. The beautiful beaches there. Went there and started leading the crew again. So brand new aircraft, leading another crew, a crew of three individuals. And then they put me in charge of running a shift. So now I'm running a shift. I have 20 people working for me. I'm responsible for talking up the chain of command in regards to the aircraft status, aircraft availability, getting the aircraft ready to fly the next day in regard to the ammunition and the ordnance that is loaded on it. Did that. And then we ended up that squadron ended up deactivating, went on to the F-22 Raptor, was at that point was the 5th generation, the best fighter aircraft the world has seen. And I led a shift again, same thing, new aircraft, not knowing a ton about the aircraft, but just knowing a ton about leading people. And really, I found out through leadership is if when you take care of people, they take care of you in the long run. They know you really care about them, and that's really one of my strengths is that I really and truly want to see people succeed. I know some people say that and use that as a buzzword, but that's just not how I operate. I really want to see people be successful. So worked at the F-22 Raptor, and then I moved up to evaluating individuals loading on the F-22 Raptor, setting policies, writing technical data in regards to loading the F-22 Raptor, anything regarding the ordnance. Worked with Boeing, worked with all the other Lockheed Martin on building weapons, testing the weapons on the F-22, and then evaluating the people that are loading on the aircraft. Then I went from there, and during this whole time, we were doing TDYs, temporary duties. We're going to Vegas, dropping bombs and red flag and places like that. So I'm leading crews from one base to another base, going there, dropping bombs, and coming back. We went to Vegas probably up to that point maybe 5 or 6 times, and plus the deployments that I had. Then I got moved up to being the first sergeant, where the first sergeant is responsible for the health, morale, and welfare of every individual assigned to the aircraft maintenance unit, which is about 80 individuals. So now I'm doing first sergeant duties, really helping out the individuals, helping out their families through crisis, whatever needs to be done in regards to the discipline of the individuals, getting them back on track. Anything I could do, I did it for the squadron commander. Then I became a military training instructor, which is a drill sergeant. They shipped me off to Lackland Air Force Base, so back kind of where I started. So I was a military training instructor, graduated top of my class, and I started training, converting civilians into airmen in the world's greatest Air Force. Did that, then I became in charge of MTIs, then evaluating MTIs, standing up basic military training in Keesler Air Force Base, Mississippi during COVID. All types of stuff, writing data in regards to training individuals, just anything that came to converting a civilian to an airman, I did it. Physical training, mental, all of that. So from there, I was part of the Inspector General, which is the complaints and inspections part for the whole base. So I dealt with the complaints, anybody that had a complaint in regards to whether it's with another member of the Air Force, with anything else. They came and talked to our office, and we did evaluations on squadrons that worked for us, or that worked for the wing commander. Really, really brief snippet. I see I'm at 7:13 already. Probably a lot of individuals already turned it off, and I haven't even talked about coaching football yet. So during this whole time, my passion has always been coaching football. It's always been developing people and through the great game of football. I love leadership. I love getting people where they didn't even think they could go themselves. So I started coaching 10 years ago. Start off with flag football for 6 and under, maybe even 11, 12 years ago. Flag football, loved every second of it, just developing and just the competing. It got me back on the gridiron, got me back to competing that you really don't get unless you're either coaching or playing. Did that. I've done middle school level football, done all types of football camps for high school, for helping out college camps as well. And just anything I get my hands on, all-star events. I've done 7 and under, 8 and under, 9 and under, 10 and under, 11 and under, 12 and under, 13 and under, 14 and under, all within that time frame. Offensive coordinator, building offense. I love building playbooks. I love diving in. I watch every video I can. I take every piece of information. Anyone I could talk about football within those first couple years, I did it. And then I started pushing myself a little bit further. Built a 7-on-7 organization where we had 5 age groups: 18U, 15U, 14U, 12U, and 10U. We won a couple championships there. Our 15U ended up going to the national championship, and we ended up losing it. Dealing with parents, dealing with training athletes, anything that we could do to get these athletes where they need to be. I was the 18U head coach and the 18U offensive coordinator. Then I got an opportunity to work with a arena football team. I was a wide receivers coach. I was one of 3 offensive coaches, building a game plan, reviewing film, running backs coaches as well, because they grouped the running backs and wide receivers together. Everything that dealt with that, and that was a blast, because that's individuals that have already graduated college, that are looking for their next opportunity. They just love the game. They were like me, just want to be around the game, go as far as they can. Then from there, I ended up going as a volunteer to our local private school, because in Texas, if you're not a teacher, you can't coach as well. So I'd send resumes out to private schools, and I got a call back. Started off as a volunteer at spring, and then they hired me almost right away. As soon as spring ended, they said, "We want you." So I helped them with their summer camp, helped them with their strength and conditioning. Then into the season, I was a running backs coach, run game coordinator, and then coach for wide receivers as well. One of 3 offensive coaches. We went 9-1 in the regular season. We won district. We lost in the playoffs. We had multiple all-state individuals, and like I said, we were 9-1. The year before that, they were 6-5, I believe. So yeah, I just love coaching. Then I started coaching 7-on-7 again because, again, I want to be as attached to the game as much as I possibly can. We won a couple tournaments this year, 18U. We got some 3-stars, some 4-stars on the team, competing on the national level. Our record right now is 28-6 with a championship game. We won a championship game, lost in the championship game, and then we were one of the final 4 teams in tournaments of sizes from 16 to 32 teams. We traveled all over the state of Texas. We were ranked number 8 in Texas overall out of all the 18U 7-on-7 teams. There's some great 7-on-7 teams there. Trying to make sure I didn't miss it throughout all this time. Again, Soldiers of Sideline, as you can see here, repping that. They do individual counseling, individual mentorship, where you work with coaches there and just do everything you can. I'm air raid certified, read every book I can, draw everything in playbooks. I just want to be an asset. I want to push myself because this is my passion, and I will do this. I will do this for a living. I mean, I'm already getting paid doing it, but now I just can't wait to fully retire and just fully throw myself into coaching. And whatever program that is, I want to go as far as I can. I want to make an impact on the kids. That's my mission, whether it's high school, college, professional, whatever I can. I've had opportunities to do, whether it's internship with XFL, internship at different colleges, just everybody I can talk to, anything I can do, I'm here for. That's a brief 11, 12-minute summary of myself. I try to fly through it. I don't have a script in front of me. I'm inside my garage right now. We're packing up, getting ready to move to Orlando. Like I said, today is April 5th. I'm going to go fly for some interviews on April 19th. I'll fly into Orlando, and I'll start my interviews the 20th and 21st. Take my family to Disney World as well. Love Florida. But I'm going to add this to my website, and I'm going to continue to add this type of stuff in and maybe talk about my journey a little bit. I'm really, like I said, I'm so excited about this, and I can't thank my family, God, enough for putting me this opportunity to really chase my dreams. So that's a little bit about myself. Thank you. I hope to see you around.